side that didn't want to. A side of him that understood his destiny, but another side that was afraid of his destiny. That was a side of him that wanted to get all of God's work done, but another side that knew that if he did the work of God, it would come at great sacrifice. And they heard him, and it was real. The darkness of the cave was overcome by the darkness of that moment. He decided that I got to go a little further. I wish I had somebody that could testify with me that there are friends that you have, but every now and then you need to leave them and go a little further. There's some people that you'll call up and you'll go to lunch with, but when you want to really get down to business, you got to leave them at the lunch table and go a little further. There's some folk that you'll sit next to in the praise service because they clap their hands right and they don't bump into you. But when you really want to get close to God, you got to leave that praise place and go a little further. You can enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. But when you get ready to worship, you got to go a little further, and it's a solo journey. He decided that he would take 3 of his fellows and go a little further. Isn't it something that he took Peter and James and John with him? And I have to believe that part of Jesus was thinking that if there's anybody that understands what's going on with me now, it got to be them. Because they were with me in Jairus' house. They were right there. They were the ones that were right close to me when Lazarus came out. They were right. They were the 3 that went up with me to the Mount of Transfiguration. They know things about me that the rest of them only heard about. So I'm going to take my boys with me. And there are some people that you count on. There are some people that you really want to be there for you because you always look for them. But I want to know if there's anybody that understands like I do that even those that are close to you sometimes won't be there when the going gets tough. Because there are some questions that can't nobody help you answer. There are some challenges that nobody can help you with. There are some battles that you got to fight by yourself. And even though they love you, even though they care for you, they don't have what is necessary for that Gethsemane question. The closer he got to that altar of prayer, the greater his battle was with his flesh. The disciples saw him walk away from the others, and they noticed his hands were trembling. They noticed that he was cautious in his steps. And in this garden, y'all, where that quiet brook was there, and the leaves would rustle in the wind, quiet place of solitude, there was a big old rock there in the garden that had become an altar. And from time to time when Jesus had come by there, he left his disciples and they could look through the grove and see him kneeling at this rock. And it was the same rock that he told Peter, James, and John, you all stay here while I just take a few more steps. They were within sight distance, so he said, now you watch while I pray. Oh, I wish I had somebody with me. He said, I want you to keep your eyes open because I got to pray about some things that I don't have time to look up. Oh, bless the name. I don't have time to look around. I want you to watch for me while I pray. He knelt down and began to pray. The disciples probably watched it for a little while, but they said, oh, that's Jesus. He's going to be all right. Have you ever heard somebody say that? I was going to come see about you, but I knew you were going to be all right. I was going to come